Hey guys, welcome back here to my channel. This is Flumina Pachis, and if this is your first time watching, this is kind of a documentation video vlog of my prophetic journey, and I just release whatever words the Lord will speak to me and through me. It started about 2 years ago, and I decided to start this channel actually about a year ago now. And so some things have come to pass, some things they're like really like maybe further on in the future. I try to keep a good accountability of some of the things that I do see come to pass. But more than anything, today, and I have a lot of words for Advent. I'll be releasing a word for Advent. I am Catholic, and so I do provide that perspective, and I do talk a lot about the Catholic Church and all of that. So I hope that you will like this video and maybe possibly subscribe and share with your friends, and maybe even just be challenged to explore and discern prophecy. You know, the Bible says that despise not prophecy, discern everything. So I invite you to activate your discernment and listen to this word. So last night I had a dream, and the dream was about uh, America. The dream started with me going to a military base, and I had the impression that it wasn't just a military base. Like it was a like one of my customers. It was a place of business. And while I was there talking to this man, sirens started going off, and the man tells me, "Oh no, I can't believe they would let you in when they knew that they were expecting an attack." And in this dream, we were being attacked by all I understood was terrorists. And I don't know like what country, I don't know who our enemy was, but it was very suddenly, it was very unexpected. And but I was in there, and so I had to stay there. I saw all of a sudden soldiers running past in the hallways, and I was like, where is everybody going? And I asked the person in charge, I was like, hey, do you think I can just get out of here and get back in my car and just run for it? And he said yes. So I run to my car and I get in there, and there's an angel in there, and he tells me gold just went up. You have very valuable gold. And after that, I don't know, it got kind of blurry, but I stepped out, and suddenly I was like looking at the sky, and I saw fired I'm sorry, fighter jets, and they were painted with the American colors. The American flag was painted on these two planes. And these two planes were not regular planes. They were almost like deformed in shape. I have to draw it out and share it, but they were very strange. I still have not discerned fully why they looked the way they do. They were uneven. They were deformed planes, and they were up in the sky. And I almost feel I kind of have a sense that it's a representation of an old fight like World War II. You know, those show planes that you see. It had that kind of classic World War II flair to them, but then also a representation of how our Air Force has been deformed, or um, I mean, they were flying, they were up there, so they were working, but it didn't seem like a good technology. I don't know. I don't have too much perspective on that yet. Um, so that was that. What else? I also knew that the authorities knew, they actually knew that this was going to happen. This attack was going to happen, but yet they allowed people to run around as if nothing was going on, but they were expecting this. The other thing that I forgot to mention was that the onset of this war would have something to do with the assassination, the murder of somebody like the president or somebody in politics was going to die, and this is when this vision, this dream will come to pass. So that's also very important. I forgot to mention that. But there was a sense of a funeral happening. There was a sense of a fallen leader happening. As I was coming to awaken, I actually had a vision of the number 68, and I knew the Lord wanted me to look at Psalm 68, and so I did. And like the first verse, it says, God will arise for battle, the enemy will be scattered, those who hate God will flee. And so, number one, we America is going to see war on its soil at some point. I don't have a timeline. Number two, gold is going to spike. So I think we're the one of the main takeaways from this message is to buy gold and silver, precious metals. Why? Because you need to have something of value, of actual value, not fiat currency. That is why you buy and invest in gold during times of uncertainty. That's why it goes up. And okay, that's the main application. And I feel like the biggest takeaway for why God will reveal dreams and visions before they happen to prepare God's people so that you won't be taken up, you know, unexpectedly, even though it will be suddenly. Um, we prepare, we consecrate time, we plan ahead of those events. Number three, I need for people to come into agreement with the word. If you discern that, yeah, we're probably headed towards a war, and many people are talking about World War III, it does feel that way. I would lean towards a World War III discernment. Um, I need people. God needs people to agree here on earth as it is in heaven, to declare Psalm 68, asking God to arise for battle, to scatter the enemies of God, scatter our enemies. And we are to declare war even now. Like the enemy has clearly already decreed it. It's time for us to fight back. So, why he revealed it to me today, I don't know. I don't know the meaning of that. But as I heard it, it was like, sound the alarm. We're in those times. I have some prophecies that have not yet come to pass. So I don't know. This could be this winter. This could be 2, 5 years, 10 years from now. I don't know. But that is what I heard. That is what I saw. The application is to come into agreement. Psalm 68, Psalm 91, of course, because even in that vision, in that dream, the Lord was so present. Like he let me know that his hand was upon me, that he was protecting us. There's like such a comfort that knowing ahead of time that God is not going to leave us alone, that he's not going to um, not have provision for us. And that's a very strong discernment that I have about this vision. So even though it is kind of a scary prophecy that, war, that it's still so hopeful. Like this, even this Psalm 68, it talks about how God is not going to let America fall. Like, yeah, like maybe we go into imprisonment, maybe we go into, what is that word, occupation. Even if we were to become slaves, that God is still going to fight our battles, that God is still going to be with us. He is still going to see to it that his people are taken care of. The other takeaway, I guess, number 4 is I just have a strong sense of food supply chain problems. So, this war, for whatever reason, it attacks our economy and it attacks our food supply chain. So, those are the two things that we need to start preparing for and really bring to discernment and what is the Lord calling us to in this moment so that we will be prepared and not scared when things happen. Now, there have been other prophets who are also talking about terrorism attacks in U.S. soil. This could be a part of that. This dream felt like we were drawn into war. It felt like it was something we didn't want to get into, but we were forced into war. So, with that, I will leave it to your discernment. I ask it again, you pray Psalm 91 over you, your family, your loved ones, and come into agreement with Psalm 68 that the Lord will provide, that He will rise up to be our shield, uh, to arise for battle. In Jesus' mighty name, God bless you.